right, this is KEØVH in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. It's a couple of minutes away from 7 o'clock Mountain Time. We'll be starting our net here in just a few minutes. Actually, just about another minute and a half. And I see that already on Echolink, I've got David, Victor Echo 5 Delta Tango, Bruce, WA2 ZST, and Ed, N5FGV. So guys, stand by and we'll be starting the net up here in just a little over a minute. This is KEØVH. All right, and here we go. It's just a couple of minutes, couple of seconds, I should say, before 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And this is KEØVH, Jack in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, beginning our Monday night broadcast engineering Hamnet. Do want to start out by saying I see Patrick, KD0TRZ, David, Victor Echo 5 Delta Tango, Bruce, WA2 ZST, and Ed, N5FGV, all logged in via Echolink. And we'll go ahead and take check-ins in the normal fashion here. First of all, on the Denver 449625 repeater. We'll start Alpha through Mike for our Monday night broadcast engineering Hamnet. So if you're listening locally here in Denver on 449625, please call now. This is KEØVH.
Kilowatt 0, Fox, Mike, Bravo.
Okay, Fred, got you in there tonight. K0FMB, good to hear you. Nice to have you checking in. Are you down at the TV station tonight, Fred?
We are just eating dinner, but I got to go run to the studio, so I probably can't chat with you too much later.
Okay, Fred, we'll go ahead and log you in and check back in with us a little bit later if you can. Good to have you here tonight. I think there was another station in there, Alpha through Mike. Please call now on 449625.
November India X-ray, Klaus Middleton.
Okay, Klaus, very good. Good to hear you tonight, buddy. Yep, back in the saddle again, back home here. It's good to be back, and we're going to bring up your question that you had for me a little bit earlier. I do not have that software or have any access to it, but we might find somebody else out here tonight who might can help you out with that. So we'll come back to you in just a few minutes. Anybody else? Alpha through Mike, please call now.
Kilo Delta 0, Fox Kilo Ocean. I know you already checked me in, Jack, but this is Steve in Longmont.
Yep, got you there, Steve. Steve, are you just getting back from out, or have you picked somebody up there?
No, been out in Los Angeles installing a couple of systems, and back for the next couple of weeks. Been out for about a week doing my IT thing.
Okay, Steve, well, it's good to have you back. Yeah, I flew, I should say, through Santa Ana the other day. I've never seen Los Angeles before, so man, what a sprawl, and looks kind of sort of like I imagined it. But anyway, good to have you in here tonight, buddy. Anybody else Alpha through Mike here on 449625, the W0KU repeater locally in Denver, please call now. All right, we'll go ahead and go November through Zulu. November through Zulu, please call now. November through Zulu, please call now. Is there anybody else, Alpha through Zulu, would like to check in on the 449625 machine? Please call. Okay, we'll go ahead and go out to IRLP. If you're listening via radio, via IRLP, not Echolink, but IRLP, please call now. I see a couple of nodes checked in. Is there anybody who would like to check in via IRLP? Please call now.
There's Bruce here, W2 ZST. Always Manhattan.
Roger, Roger, Bruce. Yeah, I got you in there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come to you first here, Bruce, ahead of Greg, and I was hoping that you might give us a little report. I saw in the national news earlier tonight where just a major nor'easter is hitting up there, and wondering how you're doing, and are you stuck at CBS there for, what, the next 48 hours?
Yeah, that is the story. And we are stuck here, but luckily, the Holiday Inn has a block away, and a whole bunch of us have rooms here. There's about, I don't know, like 27 guys from the maintenance department. They're acting in jobs, and there are other people, other departments. I think these guys are in another hotel, and also for people that can't get a place, there's in a rehearsal hall, there's cots set up. Or air cushions or something. I don't know. And luckily, things are pretty quiet. No special projects are going on other than to survive the snow. Oh yeah, and we have live Twitter feed in a network show at 8 o'clock, and we just got out of that. That's pretty good. So, I'm here with a fellow worker, Carol, who's not a ham. But he helped me put up the step-by-air antenna. There's like 3 or 4 of us up there. We had to assemble it on the ground and then get it up into the tower and move it. And we put up the work there. And we it. Oh, right, yeah. He's the minister, yeah. He's the echo link. However, he's not a ham. Step 1 is to get a ham license. Anyway, things are coming along. We're having a good time here. And maybe we'll go home Wednesday or Thursday here. Like summer camp in the winter.
Yeah, roger that, Bruce. Roger that. Yeah, I saw earlier that they were literally just about to shut the city down. What, at 11 o'clock Eastern time? They are banning all traffic on the roads except for emergency vehicles. They've shut down the subways. They've done just a massive shutdown of that whole area. Hopefully you'll be able to walk across to your hotel, but I hear the winds are going to be just tremendous there tonight. Is that, do you have any figures on that?
No, but I lived down my house is down by Philadelphia, and when I left my house this morning, it was snowing and not freezing. I took the train to New York, and it was 30. I rode the city bike care program up here. It really hadn't started to snow yet. And it was very windy, and it is windy and dusty now when we went out. And and even the city bikes, the bicycles, including the city bikes, are not allowed on the street after, I forget what time, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Now, one question I have is there's 2 people on the overnight shift here, and one person called and he normally drives in, and he has no way to get here. He can't drive in. He's not allowed to drive. And if you park on the street, you can't leave in the morning, so I don't know if he's going to show up or not. So I may end up doing a double shift. But this weekend, I'm not until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so at least I can sleep in the hotel room that I'm lucky to have. So things are going good. Knock on Formica. So far, they're going good. Oh, let you go up and scrape snow off the receive dishes off the roof. We have tons of them, as you can imagine. That'll be a fun adventure.
Well, I would hope they would have some electric blankets on those, Bruce. And good evening to your sidekick there. I think you said her name was Carol. Welcome to our broadcast engineering amateur radio net that we do on Monday nights here. And Bruce is gracious enough to hook us up there on WA2 CBS, so we're on in New York City as well. At least sometimes, right, Bruce? But anyway, good to hear you tonight, and hope you can stay warm and safe. And next night, next net, you'll have to tell us how everything came out. Roger?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's Carol with a K. It's a he. It's a Polish name. Carol with a K. I should never have thought. She's Carol. I don't even, this doesn't even occur to me anymore that there's some Carols in email.
Okay, Bruce, very good. Sorry about that. Yeah, I understand the spelling. It's like Carol Wojtyła. However it was that I'm so glad he made his name John Paul II. It's so much easier to say. Wojtyła, I think is how it is. But anyway, I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one go. Well, Bruce, good to hear you tonight, and good evening to Mr. Carroll there, and hope to hear you next week, Bruce, and let us know how it goes. But I did want to check in with you. Let me go ahead and run down the rest of our Echolink check-ins here. Let me go first to KEØVH TRZ. Patrick, you're a little west of Bruce there in not Philadelphia, but in Pennsylvania. Patrick, how copy?
Loud and clear, Jack. Yeah, KEØVH TRZ from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Patrick, got you in there good and solid. Are you starting to see the snow yet?
It kind of came down lightly today. Roads were a bit slippery. I think late tonight or tomorrow, I expect, looks like the forecast is saying it's going to get a little worse, and then maybe in the next couple days. So, I think I might be sitting at my desk doing some work.
Okay, Patrick, well, good. Yeah, hang in there and stay dry, and hopefully you won't have to shovel any snow. I guess we'll see how it turns out for you there, but it looks as though it's going to be pretty heavy. I think they were saying 4 to 8 inches for your area. I saw in the national news earlier this evening. But in the meantime, stay warm and dry, my friend. I appreciate you checking into the net tonight and being there. Let me see. I think next, let me go to Victor Echo 5 Delta Tango VE5DT. David, where are you located? I see you in here on Echolink. Let me get you in the log there. Where are you located, David? VE5DT from KEØVH.
Good evening to Jack and everybody else on the net. David here, Victor Echo 5 Delta Tango, located in Orange, Saskatchewan. That is northern Saskatchewan. First time checking into this net. I was talking to Bruce Sunday evening on that net, and he mentioned this one, so I thought I'd check in and say hello to everybody. It's a beautiful day here that we had. Sunshine, 4 degrees Celsius. Very nice day. Melting all over, no snowstorms. So we will be getting it later this week down to -30, but we enjoy the warm stuff while we can here in beautiful Lake Orange. So back to you, Jack. KEØVH from VE5 Delta Tango.
Okay, David, very good. Can you give me the name first of all, welcome. Are you a broadcast engineer, broadcast radio, broadcast anything, or just an interested amateur? And can you give me phonetically the name of the town you're in? I didn't quite copy that again.
Okay, I'm a broadcaster, actually. I'm a newsman. Been in radio on the air since 1980. And that's my latest job. CJLR is the name of the station. Charlie, Juliet, Lima, Romeo. And the town is Orange, Lima Alpha. And then Romeo Oscar, November, Joette, Cato. Forgetting my phonetic there. E at the end anyway. Back to you.
Okay, David, wonderful. Yeah, I copy L'Orange, northern Saskatchewan. I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm unfamiliar with that one. But good to hear you tonight. Thank you so much for checking in, and please do. We're here every Monday night. And yeah, I imagine it can get quite chilly up there. You're a lot further north than we are, and even of course everybody else here in the States. My goodness, that's I think you may be one of our furthest reaches here on the net so far. So you get the prize for the night for sure. But David, good to meet you. Thanks for listening in, and hopefully you'll hear something of interest, especially if we get some discussion going on. All right, let me see. Next on the list, N5FGB, Ed in Wichita Falls. Ed, you are in Wichita Falls, right? I have copied that correctly, haven't I? N5FGB from KEØVH. Okay, Ed, if you're trying to make it in, not getting any audio there. Try one more time.
Definitely here, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay, you finally came in. Heard your audio that time, although there was either a delay or something's happening. Ed, hope you're doing well, feeling good, and got any big projects going on there in North Central Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah, no major projects going on here. It was it's a day that it'll make for sunset. But 74 degrees here today, expecting it to be 75 tomorrow. Beautiful sunny Texas skies as always, and just kind of nice. And my big project I've been working on, I've been playing with this all day today, is I've got Windows 10 installed. So I've been experimenting with that and working my way through it. And I will have to tell you right now, I don't get easily impressed with Microsoft products, but I am very impressed so far with Windows 10. I think Microsoft finally got it right, so that's a good thing. But that's about it. Nothing else going on here in beautiful North Texas. And yes, you are correct. It is Wichita Falls. So well, I'm close to it, 20 miles from it anyways, out in the middle of the country. And 5 FQB accident.
Okay, Ed, very good, very good. Yeah, it's good to hear you. And yeah, I just heard about Windows 10 for the first time myself the other day, so it's going to be very interesting. Maybe you can give us a report as you experiment with it more, but it's encouraging to hear that you're encouraged and you like what you're seeing so far. Again, like you say, out of a Microsoft product. So I finally broke down and am operating Windows 7. I just couldn't get everywhere that I needed to be with Linux at this point. I still have it on here in a virtual machine, but I'll be fooling around with that some more. So Ed, good to hear you tonight. Thank you so much. You'll have to let us know how it continues to go. By the way, I want to recognize Stan, K5JNT. Stan, I see you on Echolink there, so I've got you on the list, and I'll come down to you here in just a couple of minutes. Let me go over, I'm going to skip Fred, K0FMB, because he may not be there, and he said he was busy. So Fred, we'll just let you listen in tonight, and maybe you can add some more next net. But anyway, let me go now to K4NIX, Klaus in Littleton. Klaus, my friend, good to hear your voice. Hopefully we can link up in the morning sun. And why don't you pose your question about the software for the TS2000 to the net here. Klaus, K4NIX in Littleton from KEØVH. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jack. This is K4NIX, Klaus over here in Littleton. And the question that Jack is referring to is I'm trying to hunt down some software for remote control for the TS2000 Kenwood. Unfortunately, the Ham Radio Deluxe will not do the extended menu items for 61 and 62, which is like the Sky Command and also the crossband repeat function. And I want to be able to turn that on and off remotely, change stations, whatever. So the software that comes from Kenwood is about the only way I can do it. I'm trying to hunt down to see if anybody's got a serial number for it.
Okay, Klaus. Okay, Klaus. Does anybody? Can anybody respond to Klaus's need there for the serial number for that control software? Well, okay, Klaus, like you've helped me, I will help you. I'll go ahead and forward your email information on out to the rest of the email nation that I have at this time. And it's growing by leaps and bounds, and we'll see if we can't find something for you. Roger?
Hey, copy that, Jack. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Klaus, thank you very much. K4NIX from KEØVH. All right, let me go now to KD0FKO, Steve. Steve, you just returned from the Los Angeles area, I presume doing another IP phone setup. Is that correct?
Actually, yeah, we're doing one install, Jack, and another room integration with some wireless microphone audio tied into some video conferencing equipment. Pretty high-end stuff for a foundation out there, and really fascinating, amazing pieces of equipment that are, they have some very proprietary algorithms for number crunching, essentially allowing the audio from the microphone to pass through these controllers and control the output to the speakers. You can literally hold a microphone under a speaker with no feedback because of the way these controllers work. So that was a really fun project. We've done many of them, but this one was particularly large. It was 2 different rooms with about I don't know, about 40 wireless microphones. So it was a lot of fun.
Wow, Steve, that just sounds like a logistical nightmare almost. But yeah, I'll leave it to you. I'm sure it's all figured out and really interesting equipment. It sounds like. What part of LA were you working in?
I was actually in downtown, and I was in the San Fernando Valley for one of the projects, and got to head up north to Bishop to do some trout fishing on Saturday and Sunday with some friends of mine. That was great fun. So got to tie in a little bit of recreation along with it.
Oh, good deal, good deal. Well, I'll tell you what, I maybe could have talked to you on Simplex from the air anyway on Saturday, if you were over there on Saturday, but flew into Santa Ana and had and crossed over the Pacific Ocean, you know, on the west side of the mainland there, in between there and Catalina. So I got to see both the mainland and Catalina. I'd never seen Los Angeles before, or Southern California. Still didn't step foot on Southern California, considering that I didn't get out of the airplane or out of the airport. But maybe one day. But it was neat to see. And I can at least say that I've been there and seen it, if not from the air. Steve, good to hear you tonight. Thank you so much, and we'll wish you a good week, and hopefully you can be with us next week there. Let me go over to John, W3 Echo India Charlie. John, I've forgotten where you are. If you could give me your city and state again. I think you're in Connecticut, right? But anyway, if you're up there, man, you're probably getting blasted about now, so I'm glad you're in on the net. W3 EIC for KE0VH.
Good evening to the net from W3EIC. Thanks for checking here. I'm actually in North Potomac, Maryland, a suburb of Washington, D.C., on the East Coast, working on a relocation from Stanford. So you're correct, I was in Stanford, good memory, but working on a relocation down here in Maryland. We're getting a little bit of snow here, kind of light stuff. Having lived in Connecticut for 6 years, it's absolutely nothing that I would consider worrisome. However, the area thinks differently, and everyone is fine by self-imposing for high. So, but life is going good here, and just waiting for the storm to pass, and wishing my cohorts up in the Northeast corridor good luck with the storm and to be safe. So, with that, I'll send it back to Net.
Okay there, John. Well, good to hear you. Yeah, John, I'm sorry. Sorry, I got that mixed up there. But yeah, you're in a little bit lesser coverage in the snow area there. It looks like tonight. But good to have you in there, and thanks for checking in. It's going to be fun. I think as the net grows here, we're getting an awful lot of check-ins from all over the place. So fun to have you here tonight, and hopefully stay warm and dry and make it back home, you know, safely as you can. Now I've got Stan and John, K5JNT and KC8CMQ. So John, I'll come to you next, right after Stan. Stan, hello my friend, good evening. Sure enjoyed the week with you in Rockland last week, and hopefully you made it home safe and sound with no troubles. Our buddy Ron, evidently he got stuck in Dallas overnight. K5 or K5JNT Stan down in Mississippi. And Stan, give me the city you're in again. This is KEØVH. Hello, Stan, are you there? Stan, are you there? Well, all right then. We'll give Stan another shot here in just a minute. Maybe he's away from the link in there, however he's linked in. Let me go to John, KC8CMQ. John, your city and state again, sir? Okay, John, KC8CMQ. John, KC8CMQ from KEØVH. John, are you still by the microphone there? Well, all right then. That's gone through the list. We'll give Stan and John another chance here in a minute. Is there anybody else who would like to check into our Monday Night Broadcast Engineers Net tonight? This is KEØVH. Well, all right. Once again, we're going to watch that storm there on the East Coast that's surely affecting New York City, Boston, all that area in there. Philadelphia, they're expecting blizzard conditions tonight. New York City has just essentially all but shut completely down. No public, no one in the public is supposed to be on the streets after 11 p.m. Eastern time. So it most definitely is coming up on that here in the not too distant future. Yeah, they've shut down the subways and everything else. They're expecting up to 3 feet of snow, and sometimes the winds can be in the 40s to even 70 miles per hour. They were recording wind gusts of 71 miles per hour off Nantucket tonight. So I got a feeling some of our brother engineers are really going to be put through the ringer, including some of our EMF KEØVH engineers up in that area. Mike McGregor, for one, and some more down along the eastern seaboard there. Patrick in Allentown, Pennsylvania is going to be experiencing some snow. I think a lot more than he is right now here in the next 24 to 36 hours. So it's going to be quite a snowstorm up in that area. Let me go ahead and go through some SBE information here, as this is an SBE night, actually, I think. If not, we'll go ahead and do it anyway, because I don't know if Greg had this QST last week. Is there anybody else, before I do that, who would like to check in to our Monday Night Broadcast Engineering Amateur Radio Net? Okay, well, they have the Chief Operator Responsibility webinar this January 15th here, of course, about 12 days ago. Hopefully you know somebody who made use of that and checked into that. It was a really good course for learning just exactly what a chief operator is in charge of and what they need to do. And of course the SBE has all of that information available at any time. I would encourage you to check it out. Any new young people who are getting into radio, like I've got a young friend in his 20s up in Sterling who is the chief operator of a small AM and FM cluster up there. But I said to him, Jacob, this is good material. You need to read this. So please pass this information along to anybody you know who might be a chief operator but doesn't really know what they're doing. It's a good idea to pass this information along and try to teach them and show them what they maybe don't know at this point regarding being a chief operator. Any questions or comments? All right then, SBE is to make the SBE.org forwarding email addresses available to members. I told you about this last month. Here's another reminder. Beginning in February, Members of the SVE will be able to request an sve.org domain email forwarding address for their own use. The address format will be first initial, last name at sve.org. I think I will be getting into this myself. The forwarding address is available only to members of the SVE, and it is free. Requests for that address will be made at renewal time in February. SVE Life members will receive a letter this winter that also includes information on how to request that address. So that's pretty cool stuff. Any questions or comments? Okay, Alan Jurison, CSRE, AMD, and DRB will be discussing some of the newest HD radio features, artist experience, data services via HD, and implementation. There we go. I used to be a professional pronunciator anyway. Of HD radio in the automotive space in a special SVE webinar Wednesday, February 4th from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Jurison is a senior operations engineer for the Corporate Engineering and Systems Integration Group of iHeartMedia. The webinar is being made available free to members of the SVE through financial support from SVE Sustaining Member Ubiquity. I need to take advantage of this. We covered an awful lot of HD topics during our EMF Engineering Summit this past week at headquarters in Rockland, California. And it's really interesting to see the way this is going to go and what's going to be going on with that. So I encourage you to check out this free webinar if you're an SVE member. By the way, the alert you heard in the background was our dryer. Letting my daughter know some things are done there. There you go. Upcoming SVE certification exam dates. Let's see. They're going to have the next session at the NAB show in April, on April 14th. But March 20th is the registration application deadline if you plan on getting involved with that. So there you go. Any questions or comments regarding any of that information? Well, all right then. I am still trying to get my station down in Rye, KIQN/KLCX, the official KEØVH call letters, going. We had a blower motor, of course, blow out on us last week while I was in Rockland. So my good friend and contractor down there, Mike, he got the old blower motor out, took it into Pueblo, found a shop down there that rebuilds them. They rebuilt this motor. It looks brand new, and he and I are going to install it tomorrow. That's going to mean an Argo trip in the snow down there at the Rye transmitter site, and hopefully we'll, I keep saying this, but hopefully we'll be able to finally put this thing to bed and get it on the air and get it solid. So looking forward to that. And the rest of the week is going to be a real busy week too. Had a problem out at our Rangeley station that I sent my good friend and contractor Bill Frost, W0BX, out to take care of. And it looks like he found the problem. We need some parts. It's not affecting the transmitter on the air, but just a remote control issue. So Bill took care of that, and I'm very grateful that he was able to go out there. It's been a beautiful day all across Colorado. Ed, you said it was in the 70s down there in Texas. I think it was 71 here in Wheat Ridge today. So we've had some good weather too. Let me go back to Stan, K5JNT, Juliet November Tango. Stan, are you back by the microphone yet? This is KEØVH. All right, I guess not. I see him logged in, but don't hear him. John, John, KC8CMQ. John, KC8CMQ, are you back by the microphone yet? Well, all right then. Is there anybody else who would like to check in at this time from any place, anywhere, either locally here on the 449-625 repeater or out via IRLP or Echo Link? Please call now. Okay then, let me go back up to Greg, WB7AHO. Greg, did you have anything else for the net tonight? You did a great job last week. Thank you so much for covering net operator, net control duties last week.
The KEØVH and the net from WB7AHO. Just to say that I'm looking forward to working on the Grundig German table radio that you sent another friend who had one just like it. He invited me to work on that. He couldn't find the way to shut the radio off, and I told him that the key that was labeled AUS, AUS, was the off switch. So that solved that problem. And then I was reminded that the off ramp on a freeway in Germany is called the Ausfahrt.
Okay, now I have to ask, is that actually true? It probably is.
It is absolutely true. It's AUSFARHT, Ausfahrt.
Okay, just want to make sure we're not saying something here on the radio. That's a good one, Greg. All right. You know, I don't recall seeing that on Sam's radio. Sam is our Vice President of Engineering back in California and has this in a little bit of need to be restored, beautiful Grundig AM/FM radio, and Greg and I are going to take that project on for him. So Greg, as soon as he ships it to me, we'll get her going.
QSO, Jack, I'm looking forward to the opportunity. And by the way, the on-ramp is called the Ausgang, just to complete the two-way on the Autobahn there. Jawohl, ich habe geschafft, Kira. Back to you, Jack, from the B7AHO.
Okay, Greg, and Oscar Leviner Schnitzel to you tonight, too. Hope you have a good night there, buddy. Probably catch you on the radio on 449 450 or 146.97 tomorrow. Very good. All right. Are there any other questions, comments, check-ins, anything else before we close the net down tonight? Please call now. Well, all right then. Keep everybody up in the Northeast in your prayers this evening. And Bruce, Godspeed and God be with you guys. And hopefully you don't have any problems and everything runs smoothly, and you'll be able to get a little rest before too long anyway. And maybe next week you can let us know how it goes. Don't forget, folks, Bruce, WA2ZST has hams and broadcasting on the 9615 node there on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central. My friend Hal, WA7BGX, will have the HF version of the SBE net on the second Sunday of the month at 0 hours UTC Monday, 2400 hours UTC Sunday. So right there in the 6 to 9 o'clock time bracket, depending on the zone you're in. Or would that be 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock? Well, somewhere in there anyway. On 14.205 megahertz, plus or minus a little bit on 20 meters. So hopefully you can join. Hal one day there as he hosts the SBE net HF version from the Tucson, Arizona area. Let me give Stan one more chance. Oh, Stan dropped off. There. Let me see. And looks like John is done too. All right. Well, anyway, I want to say good night, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us here, and we'll look for you again next Monday night at 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks to Scott, W0KU, and the Rocky Mountain Ham Group for the use of 449-625 locally here in Denver, and the Great Lakes Repeater Group in Grand Rapids, Michigan for the use of 9615 and the Echo link thereof as well. God bless you. Good night. We'll see you next Monday. This is KEØVH, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the link from Denver.
Reflector 9615, link clear.
KEØVH clear. And that's tonight's Hamnet.